flag stand, and we're under green here at Kentucky.
This is the most difficult part of the lap, the racetrack, getting into turn 3. Again, 14 degrees of banking, but it feels flat.
Great jump by Ty Dillon. 4 of the top 5 qualifiers were from the Richard Childress Racing Camp, and they're showing you now they have early run speed in those cars.
One of the things you appreciate as a driver is the front stretch has a lot of room. You can go 3-4 wide into turn 1. You better get it settled. You better get it figured out before you get to the exit into turn 2. It's a lot narrower.
And 2x2 going into turn 3 this time. Cale Conley on the outside in that 33. Hornish clearing McDowell, and Trevor Bayne is up into the wall. Bayne sliding off the wall in turn 4. We stay green. Early trouble for Trevor. He qualified 11th today, and he just brushed it.
He had a tire mark on the right side. He didn't have any damage on the right side, so I don't think he actually got into the wall real hard, but it may have been under right here. There's the tire mark. And then that is a big save.
Wow, what a big save for him. And here we see another angle of it. His teammate, Chris Buescher, to the outside, and Trevor just gets it collected and touches the wall.
And again, that's the portion of the racetrack that's very difficult because it's a very tight entry into 3. It's flat, it's bumpy, and it's most challenging when you're underneath another car like Trevor Bayne was with Chris Buescher.
Last time by, Ricky, he was shown in 20th. He was running 10th when the incident occurred, so he's got some ground to make up already.
Yeah, but the problem is when you have a scenario like this, it's about regaining your composure, because a lot of times adding insult to injury is you overdrive the car and make another mistake or have another problem.
Composed at the front of the field is Ty Dillon. You see the gap there, back to Brendan Gaughan. And the 72 now of Harrison Rhodes with trouble, and caution is out for the first time here in Kentucky.
So that's actually a good break for Trevor Bayne.
Big time.
Excuse me.
Let's see what happened to Harrison Rhodes. Boy, down in the low part, 72 car just comes around. So an early caution here at the Kentucky Speedway. Harrison Rhodes brings out the first caution. Ty Dillon is in command of the race.
Lights out, away we go.
Speedway, I'm Dave Burns. That is Newburgh, Maine's Ricky Craven. Back in the day. Rick, you were a dude.
That was a lifetime ago.
Now, Austin Theriault making his third start for Junior Motorsports. He's the, I guess, the new pride of Maine, would you say?
Yeah, he is the pride of Maine. He's done a wonderful job. He's a first-class young man. He's representing the state, which is a lot of fun for me this weekend. And also here, pictured in the Oxford 250. He's done a remarkable job. He's earned this opportunity. Now, listen, any car with a lobster on it, and there's a moose on the other side, the Maine Black Bear colors, you got to pull for that car.
It's a great-looking car, and the whole state, I mean, basically has gotten behind the sponsorship and the encouragement of this kid, right?
It's a great story. He comes from the northern part of the state. He's worked hard to get where he's at, and the whole state has rallied behind him, including me. I'm not supposed to be partial, but it's hard not to be tonight.
Yeah, we'll just tell you when not to be. Okay, so Austin Theriault running in the 20th position right now. We've had our first caution. The only leader of the race so far has been Ty Dillon. He will bring the field back to green as we've completed 7, coming by to begin lap number 8. To his outside, teammate Brendan Gaughan, who's pretty good here at Kentucky.
There's nobody better, at least on average. And we talked to him earlier, Dave. He loves this place. It suits him like a nice, comfortable glove. And he's qualified well. He's going to restart on the front row.
So they'll peel off at the turn. There's a double red line on the outside of the green wall there that will give Ty Dillon the opportunity to start the race. If he doesn't get going by the single red line, the flag person will start the race. He fires it up. We're back green in Kentucky. Hornish just giving a little way to McDowell there. McDowell slides up. It's now 2 wide coming off the corner, but 3 behind him. Elliott Sadler going to make it 3 wide going into turn 3.
There's a big bump here in the middle of the corner. Drivers are typically full throttle at that point. That's why it's so difficult to run for a long time underneath someone.
Chase Elliott in the 9 car gives a little room. Sam Hornish clears now as Hornish flies by in 6th position. And Brendan Gaughan has gone to the lead. Brendan with a strong run on the high side, powers by his teammate and takes command.
I found it interesting that earlier today Brendan would describe why he likes the track and why it reminds him of places like Texas. And he's picking up where he left off, Dave. Rick, you got something on the 62?
Well, yeah, it's interesting. Right before the race, I was talking with Brendan Gaughan. He said one of their biggest problems this season has been this first run, trying to get through and be strong in the first run. He felt that they maybe had solved that problem and we're going to have a good run. Well, apparently it's proven. He's leading this race. That's exactly what he wanted to see happen in this first run.
He's leading, but he's got his mirror full.
Great fight between teammates right now. Ty Dillon giving up the lead for just the first time tonight. Was the pole sitter. Now has relinquished that top spot to Brendan Gaughan.
RCR has had a wonderful weekend here in Kentucky. They've qualified well. They've had speed. And you can see both RCR cars battling for the lead.
Brian Scott running in the 4th position. Cale Conley running 6th. It's a 4-car effort this weekend. Conley telling us he's got, I think, at least one more race this season, hoping to put something together for next year. The 2 mainstays of the team, the 3 mainstays, run ahead of him. So McDowell comfortably into 3rd place now in the 22 car after qualifying in the 8th position. So Michael making some good moves early, taking advantage of this first run.
Michael McDowell is a very wise race car driver. He doesn't make mistakes. He knows when to wait for things to happen, and he knows when it's time to make things happen. He appreciates this opportunity, Dave, and I think he capitalizes on it. I asked him earlier, are you preoccupied with winning because you've been so close? And he says, I'm really not. I'm preoccupied with due diligence, with doing the right things, putting in the right amount of effort, asking the right questions. Crew chief of this car, Jeremy Bullen, said that he was so impressed with Michael McDowell on the racetrack and the feedback that he delivered about the car, the track. I thought that was quite an endorsement.
He said he was really surprised how many questions Michael asked. That surprised him. So Michael McDowell, he mentioned going for his first win, but not preoccupied with it. Second 3 times in his career. We've seen most recently at Iowa Speedway earlier this year the disappointment after trying so hard to win in a Joe Gibbs racing car. See if he can get it done tonight.
If he had said to me, yeah, I am preoccupied with it, I would have completely understood. Because as a race car driver, it dominates you, particularly as you get closer. And another driver in the same situation is right behind him, Brian Scott. But I think that both of these drivers are close to visiting victory lane.
Rick DeBrule is covering the Michael McDowell car tonight.
Oh, right before the race, Michael McDowell was talking about the fact that during qualifying, he didn't qualify as well as he wanted to, but he felt the car was a little tight. He felt it was going to get better during the course of the run. Remember, they qualified during the afternoon sun, and then the sun has gone down. It's a nighttime race. He thought the car was going to come into him, and apparently that's exactly what's happened.
So McDowell runs in the 3rd position, pressured by Brian Scott. While up front, new leader Brendan Gaughan tries to outdistance his teammate and anyone else who will try to chase him down here in Kentucky.
I got plans with my son, Richard Everett, every Monday night.
That's where we go. So back here at Kentucky Speedway, Brendan Gaughan, the leader, we just had a stat handed to us that made us both go, what? This is the most laps in a single race that Brendan Gaughan has ever led. 10 was the previous mark. He's led 14. Good for him. Meanwhile, back in the 6th position, Cale Conley. Ricky, you met him for the first time this afternoon. We had a chance to chat with him. He's really doing a great job in this Childress racing car.
He's done a great job. He was fastest in 2nd practice yesterday, which I thought was a really strong statement considering he doesn't have a lot of experience. What impressed me most, Dave, is that he understands his strengths and the things that he's done well, but he also understands, and it's equally important, the things he needs to get better at. He shared with us that he wants to be better in the early part of each run. In other words, he gives up too many spots or maybe too much speed in the first dozen laps. He's got a, well, we got a 40 car sideways. Big save.
Good save right there by Matt Benedetto, but the caution is going to come out for the 40 car getting sideways, that coming off of turn number 4. So let's see what caused Matt's issues.
Same scenario. Underneath the car, no room for error. There's a big bump. If you have the wheel turned, it jacks the back of the car around. And that's a big save considering he didn't have a lot of room to work with.
J.J. Yaley was running to his outside. No contact between the two. We go to our second caution here at Kentucky. DiBenedetto rejoined the field. See how far forward he can go. Currently shown in the 27th position. Pace cars collected the field now. Brendan Gaughan having led the last 16 laps after Ty Dillon led the first 8.
If we have cars hitting pit road, I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 tires. So the fuel window
That's a strategy.
Yeah, the fuel window is roughly 60 laps. We're halfway there or closing in on it, and they can get 2 tires and fill it up in that short amount of time. Tires on the left side aren't wearing. So you're going to see track position be the theme here, Dave. Even though the track's wide and it's it's easy to pass in turn 1 and 2.
Here they all come. Rick, you're first.
Yeah, Michael McDowell getting that dream ride. The number 22 is going to bring it in for his first Penske pit stop. He was talking about the details and how good they are. They're going to make a track bar adjustment, put in the Sunoco fuel, and send him on the way. Meanwhile, Brendan Gaughan, so far very happy. He said just at the very end of that run, it was getting a little free, but he said he isn't even pushing the car at this point. Vince?
The 2 car of Brian Scott a little tight from the center off the turn and then a little free on entry. Look for a 2-tire change, right sides. The same for Ty Dillon, right side tires. A little too free, so they're going to snug him up. Also help him with some air pressure. And now the race off pit road's going to go to the 3 car of Ty Dillon.
So Ty Dillon back to the front with a 2-tire strategy. Brendan Gaughan, who came in as the leader, they took 4. They're not even in the top 10. So strategy plays early here at the Kentucky Speedway. 300 miles is the distance. We've just completed 25 laps so far. Back with you at Kentucky Speedway for the VisitMyrtleBeach.com 300. And just when you think you've seen everything, here's what Austin Craven carrying our camera for the 3 team saw. Right behind him, Joey Gase's team, they had a tire getaway before the stop. Here comes Ty. Clear.
Wow.
That was close.
That was a brand new tire. Otherwise, he would have let it go.
And here's Austin, the tire carrier on the front for the 3 team, doing his job and taking care of his tires. Craven, you cracked me up. There's Austin Craven. Hey, Austin, good job, buddy.
It was awesome.
So we appreciate him carrying our on-person camera so we can get those great shots. That
nerves of steel.
And that was an avoided tragedy right there of getting your car hit by a tire before you even make your pit stop. So, back to the strategies played out. Brendan Gaughan was the first car to take 4 tires among those who pitted, which was just about everybody. The top 10 cars all took 2 tires. So they all took 2 tires. They restart that way. We've completed 27 laps. Brian Scott is the new leader. Actually, Ty Dillon is the new leader, the leader of the race, I believe.
Yeah, we had maybe the 5th or 6th row. We had 3 cars scrambling, running 3 wide, and then it appears as though the 80 car has a tire going down. So a bit of a scramble. NASCAR waved off the green.
So Ross Chastain with a bit of an issue there.
It was a good call because I thought there was a lot of confusion by the drivers over in the middle of turn 3 and 4.
Okay, so the leader is the 3 car of Ty Dillon. Here's he has chosen the outside to restart this race.
Gosh, there's a lot of asphalt here. The track is 1.5 miles long. It feels 1.5 miles wide going down the front stretch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you say it's 1.5 miles wide as well as 1.5 miles around. A lot of room to race here, but really only 1 or 2 grooves that really work well for the cars, would you say?
Yeah, because they're clean and because they're